Alright, you guys, you win. The video got 30,000 likes. I swear, you guys just can't leave me alone, can you? You want to see me suffer. But I am a man of my word, as always. So I will do the Kylo Ren episode. I didn't tell you which episode of Setup Wars, but it will happen. Look out for it. What's up, guys? It's Ed from TechSource, and welcome to Setup Wars, episode 47, where you submit your desk setup to get featured on the channel. If you guys are interested in being part of the show, make sure to watch the video linked below. Without wasting any more time, let the Setup Wars begin. Never pay full price for games ever again, guys. G2A offers the cheapest CD keys you can find anywhere. Check them out by clicking on the link below. So about 2 weeks ago, I kind of randomly started a series on my Twitch account where I basically show the next episode of Setup Wars, and you guys get to see the 5 contestants and I show you the setups, and we kind of just critique it on my Twitch channel, which is pretty cool. It's awesome because we get to interact, I get to answer some of your questions. I think it was really fun that one time we did it, so I think I'm gonna do it every single weekend. But if you guys have a Twitch account and want to be part of this really cool, really fun series, make sure to check out the links below. As always, everyone's gear for their setups along with anything I recommend in this episode will be listed below. But here are your 5 lucky contestants. We have Julius, Michael, Nick, Sidnis, and Vincent. Congratulations for making it on the show. Starting off the episode is Julius with his triple monitor setup. We have 3 23.6-inch Samsung curved monitors and a giant 49-inch LG 4K TV mounted up top. On the desk, we have the Corsair RGB Strafe keyboard and M65 RGB mouse on top of the Corsair extended mouse pad. I love how you kept the setup symmetrical by putting the Swan speakers on both sides, along with the 2 white Xbox One controllers. Off the right side, we have a 2013 Mac Pro, a printer, and the PC that's powering this setup. That's running on a 4790K and a GTX 970 Superclocked edition. Cable management is as clean as, I can't even think of a good analogy, but it's clean. The Vulcan power strip is mounted on the roof and everything is connected to it. Job well done. I also like the fact that you drilled a hole in the desk and routed the keyboard and mouse wires through. Okay, so here are the things that bother me. First off, the setup isn't directly centered with the TV. It's bothering my OCD and I'm sure a bunch of people watching this video. A simple fix to this would be to move the desk to the left a bit, and I understand that there will be more space between the wall and the desk, but at least both of us can sleep better at night. Another thing is the PC. I get why you want to show off the components inside, but you are exposing the cables in the back this way, and it just doesn't look good in my opinion. If it were my setup, I would rotate the PC so that it's parallel with the desk it's on, and maybe even move that printer to the far corner of the desk and move that lamp next to the PC. As cool as it looks, I feel like the controllers would be better off in a drawer somewhere else, or perhaps even off to the side. There's a pretty cool charging system for the controllers that look pretty sick with them on, but I'll leave you a link below if you're interested. Everything else looks good. Killer setup, Julius. Thank you for entering. Next up is Michael with another tri-display setup. So we have a 34-inch LG curved monitor in the middle, which is sandwiched by 2 28-inch Asus 4K monitors. Talk about pixels. On the desk, we have the DAS keyboard and Logitech MX Master mouse on top of an extended mouse pad. I think it's safe to assume that it is a productivity setup since there is a 2013 Mac Pro in the back. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. We have a Focusrite audio interface with a USB hub on top, a few WD cloud-based storage units, and a Patriots helmet. I'm just kidding, you guys, relax, okay? Obviously it's the Raiders. We do have a bunch of headphones, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them actually chilling on hangers. I think those are the ATH M50Xs. We also have some Beats off to the left, and a pair of V-Moto LP2s with custom shields. Now that is pretty badass. Cable management isn't bad. I mean, at least you hooked up all the wires on the Cygnus and they are off of the ground, but if you spend some more time with it, I'm sure you can perfect it. Feel free to watch my cable management video if you need some tips. I do like the quirky cordies to help keep wires organized, and the speaker stands for your Behringer K5 Studio monitors. I'm not really a fan of keeping stuff behind the desk since it really takes away from the setup and makes it look a bit messy, but on that note, not a bad setup at all. Thank you, Michael, for entering. Nick is next up with a what in God's name is that? Alright, so we have a 47-inch Toshiba TV hooked up to his PC. On the desk we have a Corsair M65 keyboard and an M65 mouse on top of the Corsair extended mousepad. Off to the left side we have a few of his personal items like an HTC M8, some smartwatches, and a pair of Sony MDR headphones, which are all resting on the Razer Goliathus mousepad. Don't know how the cable management is since the desk is blocking the view, so I can't really say anything here. But the PC that's powering this setup has a 4460 and a GTX 960. Really great work with the cable management, by the way. Also, here's the thing about the stock CPU cooler. I'm completely fine with that as long as you have a non-K CPU. Not much else going on over here. Thank you, Nick, for entering. Sidnis is next up with an ultra-wide setup. The 34-inch LG 34UC97 sandwiched between a pair of Audio Engine A5 Plus speakers. On the desk we have the Corsair K95 RGB keyboard and a Logitech MX Master Mouse on top of the Corsair extended mousepad. There's a lot of Corsair gear in this episode. Resting on the left speaker is the Sennheiser Momentum headphones, and on the right we have a pair of sunglasses. Can we also please take a moment and just stare at that awesome poster up there? In my opinion, Heath Ledger was the best Joker ever, and it's going to be really difficult to top his performance. I'm looking at you, Jared Leto. Excellent work with cable management. It appears that we have the power strip mounted against the roof of the desk, and we have no cables on the ground. The PC that's powering this setup has a 6700K, which is overclocked to 4.8 Gs with a GTX 980. Honestly, it's a really sick looking PC, but why did you stick with the custom cables, man? I feel like it would have looked way better with white or even black sleeved custom cables. You might also want to top that off. I'm not a big fan of having your vaping stuff in the front of the monitor, but other than that, and maybe an acrylic stand for your headphones, I say that this is one of the coolest setups I have seen. Thank you, Sidnis, for entering. Last but not least, we have Vincent with a compact red, black, and white setup. We have a 24-inch Asus monitor on top of a monitor riser, and below that we have the Focusrite audio interface and a charging hub to the right. On the desk is the SteelSeries mechanical keyboard, Sensei wireless mouse on top of the QCK extended mousepad. Sticking with SteelSeries, we also have the Siberia V2 headset on top of the Audio-Technica headphone stand. I'm surprised you were able to fit two Monkey Banana Studio monitors on that tiny desk of yours. You sure did make the most of it. Cable management is pretty good. I see the Signum rack is quite handy in keeping all those cables off of the... Wait a minute. Vincent was trying to pull a fast one on us. It looks like he put two rugs over the cables on the ground to hide them.
What the hell, Vincent?
With that said, I do recommend either a cable channel or a sleeve depending on how many wires you have down there, and that should help clean up the mess. Not really sure who still uses landline phones, but hey, at least it's in red and black to match your theme. I also like how you removed the mic cable in order to make it appear less cluttered. Adding a boom arm was a really smart decision. It helps keep the mic off the desk, giving you some extra space to work with, and it's more convenient doing voiceovers since you could bring the mic close to your face. Another smart choice is going with a monitor riser to free up some more space on the desk and also for a place for your audio interface. I'm honestly impressed that you were able to do all this given the tiny space. Very sick setup. Thank you, Vincent, for entering. But that will do for this episode of Setup Wars. As always, you guys can drop your comments down below and vote on who you think has the best desk setup. Winners will be announced on Sunday on my Twitter and Instafell if you guys want to follow me there. That's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
What the hell, Vincent?